Hey everyone, this is Light, and welcome to my very first RTA guide in which I'll be focusing on the Clilias candy draft that I've been spamming with a lot of success. If you're bored of playing Laya and DDR, I would highly recommend giving this a try. You can find the stats for it in the description, and also the visual guide that I'll be using in this video. And fair warning, do not play this draft into cleave. If you see Zeo preban, do not pick Clilias or Candy. So yeah, with that said, let's get into it. So for prebans, it's Luna and Politis. These are the most broken units in the game. They are the most disruptive. They are the most draft warping. They do not have solutions that are practical. So yeah, we're gonna pre-ban these units. If for some reason you don't want to, then you can also pre-ban nahkwol. Nahkwol will be the biggest enemy to this draft. So yeah, let's start off with the anchors. So an anchor is a unit that you pick to hold your team together. Like for example, Haste is a really good anchor because he pretty much stops the enemy team from killing yours. He forces the enemy team to focus him, and he can heal up and counterattack and also revive your team if things go south. So yeah, Haste is the ultimate anchor for this draft. He is the best by far. Like, he's miles better than Senya. But yeah, if you don't have Haste, you can also play Senya. Senya is really good, don't get me wrong. However, her biggest issue is that she can only protect one unit. But Haste prevents your whole team from dying. So yeah, if neither are accessible for some reason, either pre-ban or you don't have them, you can also play Arrowell. Bastion of Pelucia Arrowell plus Clilias is kind of like a really OG comp. It is decent, but you really would prefer one of these anchors. Ideally, ML Haste. And now, so yeah, that's your first pick. And now for your 2-3 pick, the band protection is interchangeable to some extent. There's pros and cons. So Clilias, if you want to band protect Clilias, I feel like that's for more aggressive players who have a lot of DPS options. But Candy, on the other hand, if you ban protect Candy, that means that you don't deal with the burden of picking a second DPS. In this day and age, it's honestly really hard to pick a second DPS because like they get countered by so many things. So it's a big relief to have Candy in your ban protection so you don't have the burden of picking enough damage. Like if you ban protect Candy, then your 4-5 pick can just be like 2 supports. So yeah, that's the main difference. So if you have Clilias ban protect, you can like flex into like cleave pretty well because your opener won't be banned. So yeah, that is a thing if you want. But I would highly recommend Candy. I play Candy ban protect like 99% of the time. So yeah, really good. So after you pick those 2 units, you have your 4-5 units, and I'm not gonna lie, 9 out of 10 times you play this draft, you will be met with nahkwol. And you have to commit your 4-5 to countering nahkwol. And yeah, we'll get into that later. But let's say you're playing a peaceful game with no nahkwol in it. Your 4-5 picks will typically be the same rules as any other draft. Your 4-5 picks are meant to counter the enemy team in some way. Either by like just destroying them, just like one-shotting them with something because you're faster, like strays. If the other person's slow, really slow, you can just slam strays, kill something, then you're way ahead. And then you have units like Yuffie who can 1v4 some teams. Like sometimes an extra 1v4 win condition is really nice. Archdemon, I should really put her as a debuffer. Okay, Albedo, if you need mitigation, she's damage. She's defense break. She's something. Anti-dark, LQC, very typical, although you probably want like a faster Tachi build so you can kill something real quick. Arya, if you like need to protect yourself from like Janua and stuff, she's pretty decent. Celine, if the other person has like non-attack skills that they have to press, Celine is always good. Janua, if they pick like ML Bologna or Abyssal Yuffie, Janua is just gonna beat them up because like they counterattack him and then boom boom boom, he kills them. Ed, sometimes Ed is good against like heavy debuff heavy teams, but he honestly sucks into nahkwol. So I would try to pick Ed not into nahkwol, but any other debuffer. Betty, Maru, and Celine, these two units will probably be the most important DPS because they are both resistant to nahkwol, and that is very, very important. However, Vivian, don't ever pick her into Albedo. She will die in 2 hits. Emo Shu, if they're really slow and they're just gonna die to injury, go for it. Shoutir is a hawk. LPK, evasion killers, basically. Nothing crazy here. Elvira is good when, you know, they have 2 fighting spirit. TML, when they have no mitigation and there's like a squishy soul weaver that you can one tap, go for it. Aiden, she's just anti-dark. RB, he can run over teams that don't have sustain with his like double S3 shenanigans, you know, normal S3 and then revive S3, boom boom boom. Ravi, if you need like an injury unit but you're scared of picking Shu, go for it. Zio, if for some reason they pick the Ran or Peyra without pre-banning Zio, go for it. Leica, same thing as Strays. Leica is super valuable. She can one-shot Bologna, which is really, really good. And yeah, really valuable as long as there's no ML Yuffie to like cut her CR. Rimuru, you know, Rimuru can one-shot some stuff like Gala. He's nice to have. But yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of like 4 or 5 counter picks. A little note: if you ban protected Clilias, you must pick another DPS aside from Candy, or else Candy gets banned and then you have no damage. That's like the burden of having Clilias 3, of course. So yeah, so that's like the counterpick DPSs, and if the other person manages to not pick an actual cleanser, maybe their only cleanser is a Tywin, just slam some debuff units into them and they will suffer. Like Fire Aura is especially good into a Tywin because her S2 will proc a Tywin and then she cycles into her S3 to just stun him. Fire Aura is particularly good at that. Slowly, like she overwhelms people with debuffs pretty easily. Nahkwol, if for some reason you don't find Nahkwol, she is a really good debuffer for against almost every team. Like Lua, Flan, AOL, yeah, pretty generic. These are pretty much the best debuffers in the game, and they all have like a different role. So yeah, you can pretty much mix and match. But pretty much like Pirate Flan, if anything's weak to stun, you can slam her. AOL, anything you need on buffable for. Broman, he's silence and defense break. 2-turn silence, soft counters, Laya. DDR, if you need injury, go for it. He's big debuffs. F10E, you know, unbuffable, Biblis, good against like ML Ken shenanigans if people still pick him. Sharon, you know, resets, injuries, pretty good. Fire Poly, unbuffable. Archdemon, Seal is really important. Like 250 speed, Archdemon on book, pretty decent as a debuffer, yep. So yeah, that is pretty much most of the counter picks you can pick. However, you probably won't be picking these units too often because 9 out of 10 times you will be fighting nahkwol. And because of that, you're gonna be slamming 2 nahkwol counters pretty much almost every game. 2 nahkwol counters in some way. Typically, Benimaru or Vivian plus like one of these will be your typical draft. My favorite is, to be honest, Akades, because her cycling is really good. Her CR boost is really good to make sure she can cleanse on time. However, for some reason my win rate with her is like 50%. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, you'll probably be stuck picking these units. So these units, they're especially good if you ban protect Clilias. For example, Gala and Huaiyang with Vigor one-shot a lot of things. It's pretty strong. Rowana with Book, it lets you soulburn your Clilias into Laya. And then she gets provoked for 2 turns, so she can't cleanse, which is very nice. If you ban protected your Clilias, you can pick like 2 of these units, like Rowana plus Jakku or something, and you can just go boom 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 cleave. However, it is very risky. And if they're racing you, you can just slam Sid Silk, and then yeah, you can just outspeed them if you want. So yeah, these are an option if you have Clilias. However, I would recommend not picking these 2 if you don't ban protect Clilias, because like they're much weaker if they don't have their vigor buff. So yeah. But if you ban protect Candy, you can pick some pretty funny stuff. Like Camilla, like these 2 dual attackers, I have them high ER, and they'll ignore stuff like DDR and A Taiwan, and yeah, you can just enable your Candy, which is pretty funny. I have a pretty decent win rate with Camilla. So yeah, that is it for the first pick part of this guide, and now we have a second pick, and it is not too much different. So as second pick, yep, we have the same prebans, we have the same anchors, but however, our opening will always be the same. It'll always be an anchor plus Clilias, because this isn't explained very often, but second pick is severely disadvantaged. If you play a lot, you'll feel that as second pick, you'll be choked out on your DPS options. So we remedy that by always ban protecting our DPS. We always put Candy in ban protection slot because we will almost always be fighting nahkwol. So our 4th slot will be reserved for a nahkwol counter, and most of the time we have to pick a nahkwol counter before she even appears, because 5th pick will just get banned, and if it's your only nahkwol counter, you're screwed. So yeah, Emma Haste, Clilias, Candy ban protect, nahkwol counter on your 4, and then most likely on your 5 will be another nahkwol counter. And if by some miracle you're not fighting nahkwol, then you can just refer to the other guide for what units to pick. So yeah, that is pretty much the gist of it. And yeah, thank you for watching. That's pretty much it for the guide. So here's some gameplay snippets from my stream. Please enjoy. Wait, watch this.
Lack discipline. Bon voyage. I'll take your life. Not fear. Seizing victory is seizing the future. Feel my soul. Focus. Do my best. Everybody now.
You'll make an excellent specimen.
S3 me, buddy. See what happens.
I guarantee it.
Resist, resist, resist!
Pick your poison. A patient in need of treatment. You learn nothing.
That's 3 me, buddy! That's 3 me, buddy!
You think you can defeat me?
Resist, resist! Can you salvo before you die? Resist, resist! Nice salvo. Guess what? Guess what? Candy turn 1 S3. Boom! Oh my god, brother! Brother, you're gone! You're gone! Wait, how your destro torn set must be really good though. Like my max points was 37 mil. Without the dual attack shenanigans. Because my rage set is just that, or my destro set is just that bad. King Ricardo? Oh boy. Oh boy, my haste is sealed. Probably save with 1 duel. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. My good counter candy? Dude, isn't Rikazo fighting Nezuko round 1? I hope Rikazo pre-bans Candy versus Nezuko so this doesn't happen. No cap. No cap. Pre-ban Candy is the best ban versus Nezuko. Spoilers, spoilers, Rikazo's pre-banning Candy. Is Nezuko still here? Don't tell him. Rikazo is 100% pre-banning Candy against Nezuko. I'm calling it right now. I'm gonna say it's Elias solo, but never mind. How is this guy winning this game? Rana rolls his whole team. I mean, if this Elvira defense breaks my haste and he gets 1 shot, I'm gonna die. But what are the chances that happens? Hopefully pretty low. Pretty low, right? Okay. Wait, we're focusing haste? Sure. Can I get a funny counterattack? Not from you, but okay. Wait, no, not from you. but okay. Huh? That one countered me. Dude, Elvira's dead. Huh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Holy mo- Dude, Candy's a bit too sick.
May the light free you
Is this the so-called tank down style? Yes, I think so. This guy is clueless. Legend, by the way, drafting like this, by the way.
I'll make you taste.
Wait, is this KJ?
Not fear death. Seizing victory is seizing the future.
Did I slow my Camila down? I changed her gear because I was moving gear around a bit.
The time will come.
Is KJ? This is embarrassing.
Let's see. As your life is hanging by a single thread.
Life or death. Pick this won't hurt a bit. I guarantee it. Do you smell that? Trust me.
Could resist.
Doctor.
It's everybody in the way.
I'll destroy you. It's not
Okay, let's go, Candy.
too big for your life.
Allow me to demonstrate. But
Let's go, Candy.
You've got a long way to go, kid. Do not fear. Stay calm and think rationally.
Let's go, Candy. I'm ER, buddy. I'm ER, buddy. Sweet miracle.
Take your life. This is it.
Yo, what's good, Raven? How are you?
Such arrogance.
Bon voyage.
Let's go, Candy.
You?
Try sleeping my Camila again. Try sleeping my Camila again. Oh, it's too funny.
Mission accomplished.
It's too funny.